In today's video, I'm going to show you how to upgrade your table of contents here in Google Slides. So let me show you what I've created. Let's go to slideshow. So on the slide, if I click on it, it will show us the table of contents. And there you have it. So there are only two elements on this slide. We have our shapes and our text boxes. So let's go ahead and recreate this. We're going to start with a blank slide. And again, we are creating this with just some shapes and text boxes. So we're going to start with our shapes. Go to shape here in the toolbar, select shapes and select your oval or your circle. I'm just going to zoom out a little because I'm going to create a big enough circle, the bottom and the top of this slide. So let's go ahead and create our circle or oval. Here we go. Now I'm going to reposition it at this part right here because this will be my first circle, which will contain the word contents. Next one, depending on how many contents you have or topics within your presentation, that's how many more circles you're going to create after the first one right here. So this first one will contain the word contents. The second one will contain the subtopics or the topics that you have within your presentation. For the example, I did 4 topics, so I'm going to create 4 more circles right here. And I can easily make a copy of this by duplicating it by pressing Ctrl D or Command D on my keyboard. So select that circle, then press Ctrl or Command D, and there you have it. So I'm just going to reposition the duplicate like so. Well, I'm going to order it to the back to make sure that I do have enough spacing before the first one and the second one. There you have it. Next one, so I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to duplicate this 3 more times. Then again, order it to the back. Now that I have all my 5 shapes ready, what I'm going to do is to select everything and resize. Then reposition it to the center, and there you have it. So our next step would be to format these into different colors. Now I actually used just one color but in different shades. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start with this one. So to change the color of your shapes, just select that, then go to the fill color right here. So right now it's in a light gray color. I'm going to select a different color and I'm going to start with the darkest one. So I'm going to go for dark cyan 2 right here. There you have it. For the next one, it's still with cyan but a lighter shade. There we have it. So we're going to do that with the rest of our shapes right here. There you have it. And for our border colors, we're just going to select everything again and make it transparent. Well, for the background color of the slide itself, I'm actually going to use the same color that we have here, or maybe a darker one. So to change the background color, just go to background here in the toolbar, go to color, and select the darkest one for cyan. Click on done, and there we have it. So if we go to slideshow to have a preview of this slide right here, this is what it's going to look like. Now we can adjust the spacing, that's totally up to you, but I think I'm going to go with this one. So let's go back to our slide and continue editing and add the last element for each of these shapes. So now we're basically just adding the text boxes or the text. Now you can do that with a text box or a word art. Let's try and add a word art instead for this one. Go to Insert here in the menu bar and select Word Art. Type in your word art. There we have it. Press Enter. Now you can quickly format this by removing the border color and putting the fill color into white. Now we can also change the font style into this one right here and then rotate it to the left to make it sideways. Quickly resize it. Now this is one of the great things that I like with word art. It's much easier to resize it compared to a regular text box. Now I'm just going to add the numbers or the topics for these shapes right here. So we're going to do the same thing. Go to Insert, select word art, type in your word art or your text, press Enter, quickly format it in any way you want, resize, and reposition. There you have it. Now I'm just going to copy the same thing, duplicate it, and fill in the rest of my shapes. And there you have it. And our final step would be to add our animations to these shapes. Well, before we do that, since we're animating two elements at the same time, what we're going to do is to quickly group each word art with the corresponding shape. So select the word art and the first shape, right-click, then group. Next one. So I'm selecting these by pressing Shift on my keyboard, then clicking on that word art, then that shape. Right-click and group. Again, press Shift on your keyboard. Select the elements that you want to group together, right-click, then group. After it's been grouped, it's going to go to the front, so we're just going to right-click, order, send backward, right-click, order, send backward. Or you can also do the keyboard shortcut of Control Shift and arrow down key. So let's continue grouping these elements right here. And there we have it. Now we move on to the animations. So select the first element that you want to animate, click Animate on the toolbar, go to Object Animations, select an animation type, which is our fly in from left, on click, and we're going to have that at 5 seconds. Moving on to the next one, Add Animation. Select the animation type. This time we're going to do Fade In. Then that's going to be after previous. We're going to make this 1 second. And that's going to be the same thing for shape 2, 3, and 4. And there we have it. Now, if we want to see a full preview, we can go to Slideshow, click on the screen, and this is what it's going to look like. And of course, you can always make adjustments, maybe use a different shape, add your topics below your numbers right here, and that's how you can upgrade your table of contents right here in Google Slides. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe for more helpful videos, and I will see you in the next one.